The big question here is like, well, why Pac, obviously, right? It's the message, man. So whereas like with other rap music, the reason why I think I really didn't like it, it was because there was just no affect to it. Like Jay-Z, Nas were popular at the time. And look, Nas is cool. I have nothing against the guy. I do appreciate some of his music. There was nothing there for me, right? I'm like, okay, cool. They talk about like selling drugs. Jay-Z is really big into that. Okay, I guess sure you're an entrepreneur. Understood. I'm like everybody I fucking know in this neighborhood selling drugs, so he didn't seem that special to me. So I'm like, cool, you're an entrepreneur. That's fine. Nas, I'm like, okay, Nas is super talented and clever, so I'm like, I can appreciate that. Would I buy a Nas album? No. So, but with Pac, right, there was something different because like you felt like he was talking to you not only obviously from his own soul, but he was talking from the communal soul. Yeah. So he was giving you these perspectives about what was going on in these communities, right? And then so it was just so important because it wasn't just his perspective, right? Because like with Jay-Z, it was more like, okay, this is how I came up, and like this is why you should admire me, right? I never got that sense from Pac, man. It was never like, oh, here. I mean, I'm sure some of his songs are like this, but it was not like, oh, here's why you should admire me. That wasn't the message of his music. The message is, here's why you should give a shit about us, right? Here are all of the things that we're going through. And then as you're kind of going through it and you're learning about the person, right? You're like, oh my God, man, this guy, bro, Brenda's got a baby, because literally they're like these young, like 8, 7, no, I'm sorry, not 8. So they're like these 11, 12-year-old girls who are having babies in this neighborhood, and they're like being abused by their family members. They have like their uncles like trying to have sex with them. Like this crazy shit is actually happening. And here's Pac, he's like, oh, I have this voice and now I got to shine a light on this because this needs to stop. And he said like, every day I come out of the house, right, he's like, I have to stay strapped because it's like a fucking war zone out here, right? So it wasn't like that with Jay-Z, man. Like he kind of glamorized the projects, right? It was more like, yeah, this is a hard life and it really fucking sucks, but here's why I'm so amazing, right? Because I'm so smart and I kind of came out of this. Again, here's why you should admire me. Okay, cool. Again, nothing against that, just not for me, right? But again, with Pac, it was so different because the idea was like, no, this is why we need fucking help, right? I'm not doing this to particularly make money. I mean, yeah, I want to make money to get out of here, but I'm doing this because like we're all fucking like we're starving, we're struggling, we need help. My mom is on fucking crack, right? Which is like insane because here's this person who was a prominent member of the Black Panthers, and now the government and like the kind of culture around her beat her down. This is what she's resorted to. She can't take care of her kids. I'm fucking being taken care of by a pimp, right?